It was a new way to learn how to work and to overcome the situation, the pandemic situation. So we had to keep in contact with our partners, even with our own institution within the workers of the University of Cadiz. But it was a high-speed procedure of learning how to do it, and we had to begin to use new equipment and to work from our houses. To keep doing interviews and meetings on the screen. So we really had to be very quickly to get adapted ourselves to the new situation. At the beginning, it was quite surprising for everybody. I think no one in the world could imagine that this kind of situation could overcome, I mean, in the 21st century. So the first thing to do, they gave us rules, they gave us a normative that could inform us about how to proceed. They gave us as well tools to enable us to keep working from our houses. And they even gave us, in the case it was required or needed, equipment, because some people didn't have equipment enough. They didn't have cameras, maybe just to have meetings with the rest of the colleagues. So yes, we felt actually the support, and we have to get adapted quite quickly. Well, even if it was required some IT assistance or even some training just to know how to deal with the situation, we were given so. So in that case, in the case of the University of Cadiz, we really felt quite supported actually. That's a very good question, because the main word that I could say over this situation is a challenge. So I think the main challenge was to get on with the proper quality of the work done. So even it doesn't matter the age of the workers, I mean, we really have all of us to get adapted. So we could say social challenges as well. I mean, it's not the same at all when you are working with more people from your own university or from different universities in the world. You really lose the touch, the human feeling. So we had to overcome somehow the situation with the new technologies at the end of the day. So the main challenge was to overcome the work down, the social relationships, and of course to get adapted in your own house, locked up. So to be able not to stop your work and not to interrupt the human relationships. Maybe for me that was the main challenge. Okay, I would say that those were at different levels, wouldn't it? I mean, on the one hand, for example, it's important the collaboration, of course, of the hospitals, all the care service in our society. So I think they really managed the situation somehow, because at the very beginning we were really, overwhelmed by the situation. So we had to follow really the social security normatives and rules that they were giving us. I think that was a huge support. Information as well. I mean, it was in such a crisis situation, we really had to hear from the people who really know what was going on. So maybe as well, I give some importance to the information that we were given. And from our own institutions as well, where we were working in the university. So they really gave us support from the very beginning. They act quite quickly, they really react. And we felt supported from our own institution as well. So that will be the main points I would mention. At this stage of the pandemic situation, I would say that I really would appreciate if we could overcome the situation and begin a new reality. The coronavirus has begun to stay forever with us. So somehow we could even adapt good hygienic situations that we have adopted, such as the use of the mask, maybe when there are so many people in the same place, crowded places. But somehow at this stage of the pandemic situation, what I would suggest is to overcome somehow the situation and try to become not back to the life as it was before, but yes, to a new reality where we can live together, you know, just not interrupting traveling, not interrupting having meetings in presence, which is really nice, you know, and you lose human contact if you are not enjoying so. So that would be, I mean, my little suggestion.